So I guess that's now a intimate in their videos. I could spend the rest of my life trying to live up to the amazing things he's done for me and never come close because he's just so amazing.
That made me think of Mrs. Butthead and the Gweed, because that's a perfectly normal and healthy thing that those two are on my mind. Oh, it is what it is. Shit. But I don't know him from nothing. You know, he might be amazing. I don't know. You know, he might be some chump. You know, he's maybe just, I mean, he's Mrs. Butthead for crying out loud. I've seen the dudes, the creature she's dated, fucking dated. So, blah, 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 blah. Okay, But, I mean, shit. Um, with a body count of about 55. Man, that's up there. I guess that's normal though, for shit. I guess it is what it is, I mean, shit. Yeah. You good, bruh? You're 56. It's just, what? You get compared to all them 55 dudes, and all that. And, it's like, yeah, is that a bad thing? Player? But, anyway. No, I'm drinking today. It's Saturday, the 27th. Is it the 27th? I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the 27th. I ain't drinking tomorrow, though. Gonna sober up tomorrow, and then, fuck, man, that only gives me, 2 weeks before I can get my CDL back, and this, that, and the other, and I might have, it is what it is. It ain't gonna work out anyway. I'm gonna have to find a fucking, different fucking job, fucking this, that, and the other. But that's fine. you know, I'll put pen to paper, make phone calls. Pen to paper, that's how I do things. And I keep track of that shit. Like if I see a pickup, that has, something on the door, or a truck, this, that, and the other. Although a lot of times when I was driving to work, like I said, I'd set my alarm at 4:45. I'd be out the door by 5. I'm driving down the road, heading towards work at like 5:15. I see a truck on the road. I'm like, shit. What time did this guy get up? And it's a day cab, right? So he didn't just get up, and start driving. He had to get up and drive to work. So anyway. Oh, such problems. Hey, it is what it is, Fuck. 12-hour days are, if the money's good, like I said, my last job, I was only making $24 an hour. Which is, at $24 an hour, 40 an hour, 40-hour week, that's barely making it, if you got a mortgage and, you want to, pay, gas and groceries, you're not, I mean, you can make it, but, you're breaking even, you know what I mean? You're not socking money away. So anyway, yeah, these days, yeah, $50,000, $55,000 a year is basically, just barely, livable wage. So I guess I shouldn't say that. I've got expensive habits, but it costs a lot, to live these days, right? It's like, when I was, 18 years old, it was like, good God, my jobs, I was making like 500, 600 bucks a week, and I was killing it. I was socking that shit away. But now, no, the game has changed. You're gonna sink. You will fail. That doesn't work. And that just goes to show you, how fucking geriatric I am, right? When I was a young man, and $18 an hour is fucking hella good wage. Now it's like $24 an hour is kind of basically the minimum, you know what I mean? So, and guess what? That's, as far as the salary range, that ain't the minimum. And you have monetary obligations. So, that's where fuck you money comes in. That's really important. And I have fuck you money. I've been saving money, pretty much since I was 16. But, damn, dog. But, anyway. And you want to make your money work for you, huh? So put it in a CD, put it in mutual funds, IRA, all that stuff, right? But, damn. So I've kind of been thinking about this shit, since everyone got, the safety guy's like, well, it's looking good. It's like, well, okay. I sure hope so, I'd like to go back to work for him. I'd like to go back to driving truck. Then I'll park the truck and trailer, here, on my property, but that might not work out. I might have to find a fucking job. And it'll be, something along those lines, some sort of labor, some sort of shit. I'm a low-level guy, I'm not like the Gweed, you know what I mean? I don't own, 5, car washes or whatever. Maybe he does, I don't know. Shit. Yet she still wants me. It's the stunning good looks and personality. That's where it's at. But shit. Oh, honestly, what the fuck? I guess that's all I gotta say. Is it's Saturday, December 27th. Winter. The Earth is in its rotation where it's at, and I'm drunk, and I'm gonna keep drinking, and I just made me think of that, oh, Mr. Amazing, nah, I don't know, man. This is Butthead. She's out there, Katie Boop, what? I gotta get up there, you know what I mean? I live in Colorado. This is Butthead. Well, she lives here, so it's like that kind of takes that out of the equation. Oh, man. Yep. Mr. Amazing. Look at that smile. Look at that motherfucker. Oh, shit. The rules get applied to me, but they don't apply to me. Shit. Fuck off. You know, I don't know her from nothing really. You know, it's just, you know, the two, I don't know how long she worked there. You know, that, yeah, and then she left, you know, she moved on. But, you know, it's like, shit, you know. Like I said, you know, the company doorknob, everybody's had a turn, you know, but, anyway, yeah, she's been with this, well, she's married to this dude, you know, so, I think, pretty sure. But, I guess maybe this is all stupid, you know. Maybe I'm just being a dumbass. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. You know, maybe it's some troll, maybe it's fucko, you know, I don't know. Fuck. Look, fucko, fuck off. Okay? How long you, son of a bitch, how long have you been at this? You know, you think, what? You know, you're like, what? Well, fuck you. You know, I'm not interested in you. Okay? You're just out there. You know, you just I can't help you. You know, I can't help you. I mean, I get it. You know, if you fall in love, you fall in love. You know, humans, you know, human behavior. Like I said, I'm always saying that. You know, rules get applied. Blah blah blah. I'm human, but I'm not. You know, blah blah blah. Well, yeah. You know, those rules don't apply to me. So I don't know what to tell you. You know, what's it been like 15 years now? You haven't figured this out. You haven't, you know, seen a you know, a pattern. Anyway. Yeah, but you're so amazing. Yeah, I know. I know I am. I'm fucking awesome. I mean, you know, compared to the fucking, you know, it don't take much. You just need to not be a piece of shit. You know? Most people are pieces of shit. I'm not. So, anyway, have a good day with your ass now. Who am I talking to? Katie Boo? Or Mrs. Butthead? Yeah. The fucko and it, Bundle Babe up. You know, she lives in like New York now. You know, it's like, ooh. You know. Shit, even Hibbery Dibbery was on the list for a minute. Wow, damn. She has turned into some trash. Holy shit. I think she's going through a phase in her life, you know, and it's not going to work out. You know, once it ends, that poor girl, you know, and she wanted to be a wife and a mother. And I think she probably would have been a good one, but it's not happening, and I don't think it's gonna happen. And yeah, 10 years from now, she's gonna be in a bad spot, you know, emotionally. She doesn't see it. She doesn't know it. She's trying to deny it, you know, this, that, and the other. Just is unaware of it, you know, but that poor girl, you know, it's gonna happen. So. But Mrs. Butthead, on the other hand, she snagged herself the fucking weed. And I don't know like his real name or anything. You know, like if I wanted to like be a, you know, creepy stalker, you know, and like maybe, you know, it's like, who is this guy? You know, is he a business owner? You know, this and that. Does he own 5 car washes or does he not? I don't know. I'd kind of honestly be kind of interested to know that. But, you know, I don't have the, you know, I mean, I'm not going to do that. But, fuck. Yeah, Mrs. Butthead. Mrs. Butthead. Did she, you know, like I said, you know, she, you know, her, you know, stallion. I've said that before. Did she luck out? Well, shit show fucking motherfucker ma, I met a girl. She's gonna give you grandbaby. Shit. Mrs. Butthead, of all people, she snagged a fucking stallion. Holy shit. And Clee Bear, she doesn't have, you know, a social media presence anymore. But that I'm aware of. I mean, she might, you know, but like I said, I might joke about being a creepy stalker, but I'm not really. She's just on the list. Damn. And I think she wanted, you know, because she had said that. Something must have happened. She was dating that old dude for a bit. And probably because, you know, fuck these silly boys. And you, man, you know, so she probably, you know, oh, okay, all right, get you an old dude. And he was probably established, you know, he probably owned, you know, a motorcycle shop or some shit, right? You know, he's like, yeah, man. You know, does he give you the butterflies, the tingles? All right. I watched a Mr. Pellet video, so that's kind of whatever. Bitches, man, bitches. Yeah, and he makes a point, man, with his latest shit. You know, like, yeah, she'll get bored with you. You know, like that one dude. You know, man, that was a long time ago. I think it was Mr. Pellet. The dude was like literally Mr. Awesome. You know, not quite the Gweed, but you know, Mr. Awesome. And the chick was like, I don't know. Damn, you know. And that was, you know, the you know, theme was, you know, just do you, you know, just work on yourself because you can't please these bitches. So, anyway, what am I up to? It's upside down. 17 minutes. You know, I listen to that stuff. You know, I don't care. You know, I don't have skin in the game. I'm not looking to get married. You know, or find love or anything like that. I talk that horse shit. You know, but no, you know, we're good. But whew, yeah, I pity them fools. You know, who are out there doing the thing. You know, like I said, you know, the rules don't apply to me. You know? I guess. Katie Boo was still on for Christmas. Oh, it came and went. Well, so are we on for New Year's or, you know? I could catch a flight up there, you know, and hold you in my arms, you know. Fall asleep with your ass, you know, next to me in the same bed. As a cuddle you and shit. You know, and all the, you know, the baby shit, you know, right? Mama bear, Papa bear, baby bear, you know. Yeah, look at that little, you know, yeah. Anyway. Have a good day with your ass now.